Hello. All right, so we have a really good update this time around. We don't have any problem update. I haven't been able to add any problems because I've been adding features instead. So in this episodes of feature updates, one of the main thing is review. So what is a review? Um, so we tend to forget things easily, right? So I was trying to fix that by using repetition with giving problems with different difficulty level and slowly ramping up and stuff like that. But that still is not enough, right? So you still need to practice repeatedly the same problem to really grasp the idea. So that's where reviews come in. So let's say you solve a problem, right? So I have a bunch of problems that I've solved already. So those solved problems will automatically go to the review page. And now you will see all the problems that that you solved. And then upcoming review is where let's just try it and solve problem, right? And then it will make it clear. So let's go to here, old enough. And in here, let's just solve the problem really quick. So return age 21. I think that should be correct. Okay, now it's done, right? All right, let's go back. Now it's gone from the review section, right? The old enough is gone. But if you see on the upcoming reviews page, you will see it in here and it says 5 days. So you will see this problem again in the review page 5 days later, and it will just automatically show up here. So basically, whenever you solve a problem, it will just go to this page, and then if you solve it successfully, then the days, like the space of the repetition is going to increase, right? So there's a whole science behind this, and it's called spaced repetition method, and the method algorithm is called SM2. You can research about that. Basically, the idea is if you keep solving a problem, the space will keep on increasing and increasing. And if you solve a problem after you're looking at the solution, let's say I'm solving this problem, right? And then I look at the solution and then submit it. That means that I haven't fully grasped this problem. So in that case, the review will be after one day, like in 20 hours or so. And then it will keep on increasing if you don't look at the solution. So if you look at the solution, then it means you have to review it tomorrow. But I think when you solve it the first time, I think the next time review would be like in 20 hours too. So, and the minimum is 20 hours, and then it's just gonna keep on increasing if you solve it successfully. So that's the main idea. And there are, in PipeUp, there are problems that are just way too easy, right? So, for example, like find the perimeter of a triangle, and I think most people can just solve this without any, spaced repetition methods or something like that. So, and if you go to a problem, and then it will show you an icon saying, okay, it's time for review. Then let's just solve this, right? A plus B plus C, and then if I solve it, then the icon will be gone. So now it's like I've reviewed it already. Okay, so for example, like these problems, I'll just say that okay, these are too easy to review, and I don't want these problems to be on my page in here or in here, whatever, right? So I can get rid of that easily. So I can just okay, let's just remove this problem, right? And then it's just gonna be deleted, and remove, deleted, remove, deleted, right? So you can just remove all the problems that you don't need to review from here, and then it just says, okay, I can solve this problem while sleeping, so why don't I need to review it, right? So there are problems like that, of course. So you can just delete it that way. But if you solve the problem again, it will come up here. So just keep that in mind. But I don't think you need to solve the problem again unless you're just doing it in different language. But that's another story, right? If you are practicing a language, then you might need to review it. So that's the intended purpose. So you can just delete it, and then you solve the problem again, it will just come back here. So that's going to be the cycle. So that's the intended purpose. So you can just delete it from here, or you can delete it from here. Oh yeah, so keep in mind that if you solve a problem in here, it doesn't affect any of the review dates. It only affects the review dates if you solve. I mean, if the review date is now. So even if you solve this question now, I mean, this date is not going to change. So that's like the main condition in here. All right, so that is the main, like the primary feature that I have added, and I've just rolled out this feature, like remove feature, and it initially didn't have that. also initially didn't have this icon like saying, okay, it's time for review. And I also added a bunch of other quality of life improvements. For example, like if you click refresh, right, the editor is like spinning a little bit, right? So when you first go to pipe up, the editor takes a little bit longer to load because it's downloading all the necessary files for the editor. So now it's just gonna show like a spinning wheel instead of just blank screen, for example. And another thing I've added is also like in C++, for example, I've added like a bunch of base libraries that you don't have to keep on including it. So that was really good on C++ community. Okay, so those are the life quality of life changes that I've had. I also added a section where you can see your likes. So basically, you like a problem, and then it becomes your own kind of list, right? So and then you can just filter through the list. Maybe I've mentioned this before, but I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't. I don't think I have mentioned this before, but yeah. So you like a problem, and then you can just see all the liked problem in here. So that's cool. Okay, now to the second biggest update. I guess it might be the biggest for some people. Is I've added C# as the language. So you can just choose C#, and then you can solve these problems. So let's just try this, right? So now this is time for a review, but I just solved it in C#. Now it's gone. So nice one. Right. So C# is added finally, and then I think this will drive a lot of communities out there. C# fanatics, like Unity people, right? So those kinds of people will clearly like this approach, I believe. So that's all. That's all the big major updates. And right now I don't have any C# solutions on any of the problems. So I'll be adding it in the future. But for now, Python is a solution for Python is everywhere, right? So it's like all the problems have Python solution, and all the problems have JavaScript solution as well. But some of them might not have the description, but all of them has a solution of some kind. So that's good. And then we're also working on the Java portion as well. And C++, there are some people who are working on this as well. So C# is kind of like brand new, so that's why we don't have much solutions, but we have solutions for JavaScript and Python, like all of them, 100% right now. And Java is like a little bit, maybe even less than half is Java. And C++ is also like very few of them have C++ solutions. So that is the big update. So major takeaways. We have review page, which you can review your problems. And we also added C# as the language. So yeah, that is all. All right. And I'll see you on the next update.